Nikola Jokic, what we are seeing right now is we try to repackage our words to make something old sound new again. But we run out of adjectives when describing this guy. The role that he is on, the season that he is having, once again, favored to win the league's MVP. He nearly had a triple-double again on Monday night. All right, 29 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, had 30, 14, and 11 in the game before that against the New York Knicks, all right, in a blowout win. 35, 6, and 16 the game before that. Like, what Jokic is doing, and he's doing it in so many different ways. You're seeing, like, these nights like on Monday night where, and Michael Malone talked about this after the game, taking joy in bringing the young guys along, almost like using the Memphis Grizzlies as a test mice of experimentation with bringing along new players and young players on the fly during an NBA game. We cannot ever take this player for granted. And I'm not even talking about Denver Nuggets fans, although that is doubly true. But I'm talking about NBA fans. If you are a fan of the game of basketball, you have to love Nikola Jokic. He is greatness personified. He is the epitome of efficiency. And when we look at it every single day, we can have a tendency to take our eye off the ball. And I made this promise to myself, and I'm going to use an analogy that I've made through the years with Nikola Jokic. It's the Rocky Mountains themselves, the largest mountain range in North America. And maybe if you're from Colorado, you're just used to seeing them, and you kind of see through them when you look at them every single day. And isn't that just like life, though? When we have a tendency to take for granted the people who make the biggest impact on our life. Maybe for you, it's your mom, who you have the quickest trigger with. She loves you the most, and that's who you have the quickest trigger with. Maybe it's your wife, who has a tendency to drive you up a wall, but if you went without her for a week, you'd be lost. That's Nikola Jokic to the Denver Nuggets. And I say the Rocky Mountains themselves because I'm driving down the road this past week. We have this big road. If you're not from here, it's Arapahoe Road. It's a main kind of artery road in Colorado, and I travel it every day on my way to work. And after a snowfall, you can see the different crevices of the mountain range to a degree that's like stunning and staggering. And I've made a promise to myself years ago, just to myself internally, like, don't ever take that for granted. The Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains are the land version of the Pacific Ocean. You just look at the size, the massive nature of them, the vastness of it all, and it will leave you slack-jawed. It's stunning. And when you're not from here, maybe like someone like me, I think I appreciate it just as much and maybe more as someone who is from here, because I know what it's like to not have that in my day-to-day life. And that is Nikola Jokic, because this guy has been playing at such a high level for so long that we can have a tendency to see 29 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals from a center on over 61% shooting and say, oh yeah, that's just the Rocky Mountains. Yeah, they're always there. They're there every day. They've been there for a million years. They'll be there for another million. I don't want to do that with Nikola Jokic, because what Denver sports fans are living in right now, it's the golden age of Denver Nuggets basketball. Before this guy hit his prime, the Nuggets had never even been in the finals. And now they're champions and expected to do it again. And he's on the verge of being the 9th player in NBA history to win his 3rd MVP, joining the likes of Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Wilt Chamberlain, Moses Malone. It's insane. These are the good old days that you will tell your kids or your grandkids or a new friend 25 years from now. These are the good old days. So keep your eye on the ball and appreciate them, even with the regularity that we get these stunning performances from Nikola Jokic.